They're making their way through the Regent Showcase Theater here, and apparently this Falls Count Anywhere match living up to the billing here. They are fighting through the crowd.
Yeah, it seems like there's the bell. There's the bell. The action's on its way, but it seems like the action's been on its way for a while now, Todd.
Well, no venue can contain these four combustible competitors. You'll remember last time these two competed, they ended up out on La Brea Avenue. They got thrown into a car, trash cans, cones, everything.
That was wild. It was mayhem. And I think that's the exact reason why we have this match right here. And like I said, we have a ring in the middle of the theater here, but it's not being used. This is anywhere. They Falls Count Anywhere. These guys are using anything and everything they can as a weapon.
I think the squared circle going to collect some dust in this matchup. It's not going to get much use, you got to believe. And folks, we're going to go to break. This wild encounter continues right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I'm Todd Kennelly, joined in the broadcast position this week by Colt Boom Boom Cabana. And Colt, throughout the break, much of the same, just a wild brawl between the Cutler brothers and the RockNES Monsters.
Yeah, it's really been all over the arena here. They've been using anything and everything as weapons. You see Johnny Yuma and good time using these whackets as I guess whackets, but it has been wild. And it's been back and forth, and this has been spectacular so far. I'm just hoping nobody gets hurt, Ty.
Like a human game of whack-a-mole out there with those thunder sticks, bringing the thunder. And Colt, we've seen you before in this program. I don't want to bring up bad memories, that street fight that you had for the NWA World Heavyweight title with Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, one that you eventually went through a table. But what do you have? What kind of mindset do you have to have for a matchup like this where anything goes?
Yeah, I've been in some wild, not only here in NWA Hollywood, but all over the world. I've traveled around. I've been in some of the craziest matches. And you really do have to go into a mindset. Usually I'll go in street clothes. Obviously, these guys are ready for competition. You know, they've come in their athletic gear. But when you just got to be wild, you got to be nuts. You got to watch a lot of crazy movies the night before. You got to, you don't care what your wife tells you. You don't care what your friends tell you. You're just in a mindset of your own, and you got to be nuts. And these four look like they're just wild.
How do you mentally prepare for the type of pain that you might endure? As we see, Good Time just thrown right into the stairs, those metal stairs here outside the ringside area.
Yeah, those are metal stairs. They hurt. You know they're going to hurt. The ring hurts. The turnbuckle. We got to count. Just a 2 count. Even Rick Knox counting on the floor. That's got to hurt. And a big suplex slam there. We got mayhem all over the place. But you got to know coming into this that you're going to leave bruised, maybe bloody, definitely damaged, and more than likely with a trip to the hospital. But that's the price you pay as a professional wrestler.
You talked about that you would normally wear street clothes, maybe would be a little bit more protective. No matter what you wear into this type of matchup, you're going to go home wearing some black and blue. That is for certain. Now, add the tag team dynamic. Of course, this is a tornado match. Look how Good Time dives over the rail. Perhaps, Colt, is the strategy to try and isolate one of your opponents away and score a win on the floor, in the chair, somewhere, so somebody can't make the save and break up the cover.
Yeah, it's an interesting dichotomy. I think we got to count here. Only two. It's an interesting dichotomy. One-on-one, it's just mano-a-mano, you versus your opponent. With tag teams, do you talk over a strategy? Do you say, hey, we're going in there, we're just going to beat up as hard and as fast and as quick as possible? Or do you say, hey, when I'm down, watch for a chair, look for a piece of siding here. Maybe a fan can help us out. Maybe we bring one of our family members. Maybe there's a third Cutler, a fourth Cutler. You don't know how many Cutler brothers there are. There's so many strategies going in here, and with tag team, oh my gosh.
Another suplex, yes. Anything goes. Here's the cover again after the belly to back suplex. Only two, but my goodness, was that close.
Real close. The action is everywhere. Rick Knox working hard. There's just two. Rick Knox, one of the hardest working referees in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Well, the Cutlers say they're from your local GNC. It's Knox is going to be getting his cardio in this matchup, trying to follow the action and the pins. And we're going to do our
cameraman, I think.
Through the doors here of the Regent Showcase Theater. Oh, tell me they might be going out to La Brea again.
You saw what happened last time. It was mayhem. Cars going by, people honking, didn't know what to make of it. But, the whole Hollywood area knows you know, what we're doing over here, you know, what's going on Saturday nights. They know that RockNES and the Colors has just been a wild duo. These two just don't seem to stop. Building, outside, streets, airport, doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, taking it to lobby. Must be one heck of a time. If somebody took a concession break, they would be missing the action, that's for sure. Every seat is a front row seat in a match like this.
Yeah, I could go for some popcorn right now, you know. It's almost a little nicer up here, Todd. You know, I'm not going through this mayhem right now. Just calling the action, maybe eating a little popcorn, taking in the great wrestling action on NWA Hollywood.
Trying to stay out of harm's way in the broadcast position, but of course they can come here at any point as well, Cole. You know, I got to tell you, last week I had Stu Stone up here as this incredible brawl continues. You had a great victory along with Willie Mack over the Disorder, but Stu Stone up here running his mouth off about how he cost you your shot at the television title and your rightful place in the Be the Star television title tournament. Your thoughts on this?
Stu Stone, I'll tell you what, I mean, you had to sit next to him for how many months? You know, you knew he'd be up to a plan, you knew he'd be up to something, and it's just sad. You know, I thought Stu Stone was a friend, a confidant, a pal. He promised me movies, MTV shows. He promised me the world. He said, stick with me, Colt. I'll bring you here to Hollywood. I'll show you the ways. And he's really turned his back and been a real big jerk. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, you saw what happened when people kind of turned their back on me. Adam Pearce did that. And, you know, I thrived through it. I became the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So, you know, that's I feel bad for Stu because Adam Pearce can tell Stu Stone exactly what happens when you want to go to war with Colt Cabana.
Absolutely. You back Colt Cabana up in the corner, and you're going to pay for it in a big way. And speaking of pain, what about the physical toll that these four men are taking on one another in this unpredictable, wild matchup?
In the lobby, in the concessions, in the bathrooms, these guys are everywhere. And, you know, it's just, I guess that's their love for being the #1 tag team.
They are taking a tour of the Showcase Theater. They fought all the way upstairs in the building here and now making their way back down. A lot of the fans have filed out trying to get a look at the action. Again, this thing can...
Things are getting wild, Todd. Man, I tell you, I consider myself a great competitor. I've wrestled in so many different sorts of matches, but it just seems like these guys are putting themselves through hell, you know, in order to be the top. And I don't know if I can blame them, but it's gonna catch up with them.
This is the type of match that can shorten careers, Cole.
Of course. Is it worth it? You know, that's what they got to ask themselves, and that both seems like their answer without even questioning themselves is yes.
All right, folks, this brawl continues. Both teams making their way back into the Showcase Theater. This Falls Count Anywhere match continues right after this.
Focus, discipline, respect, realistic self-defense. If you want to know why our Wing Chun Kung Fu program is the best around for kids, teens, and adults, all you have to do is call California Academy of Martial Arts with classes 7 days a week for kids, teens, and adults. Call now, 818-843-7916.
Welcome back, everyone, to NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. This matchup that started somewhere in the building, we don't even know where these two teams started brawling, continues.
If you thought these guys would have made peace at the commercial break, you were way wrong. Heads up.
Johnny Yuma off the steps there. And here's what I talked about, isolating a man. Here's the cover that's going to do it. No. Again, looking for the win. Johnny Yuma here knows how important that opportunity is. Wanted to take advantage, but not able to put him away, not yet.
I don't blame him. I'll tell you what, you know, that wrestling ring is a deadly weapon if used correctly. You know, my strategy almost here, Todd, would be to get him in the ring. Get him in the middle of the ring. It's where most of my victories are made.
Brandon Cutler now with Johnny Yuma sends him into the apron. Now looking to use those stairs as a weapon. crowd here at the Regent Showcase Theater, they are bloodthirsty.
Yeah. They're asking for stuff. They're going to get about everything. Right over those stairs.
Lord only knows where Johnny Goodtime and Dustin Cutler are at this point. Here's another pin attempt, Colt.
Like you said, good job isolation. Here comes the other two. Now the problem with Goodtime and Cutler is that Dustin over there is the referee can only be with one man, with one set here, and he's chosen, Brandon and Yuma.
It would almost seem like it'd be well served to have two officials in a match like this to keep up with all the various pin attempts. And now Goodtime has been thrown into the stage here right in front of us. Look at this now, some double teaming by the Cutler brothers. Good strategy here, Colt. They're going to try and isolate Yuma and put him away.
That's what tag team wrestling is all about. Knocks at the cover.
Another near fall. How close was that? Goodtime wasn't going to get there in time to make the save, but Yuma had a little something left in his tank.
Yeah, he's got a lot of heart, a lot of determination. He's a big guy for a little guy.
Wow, how about the power of the Cutler brothers? Caught him mid-air in the crossbody, take him over double, fall away slam. Have you ever seen that before?
I'll tell you what, I've gone into the local GNC and seen them do that to just about everybody who walks in there. These guys have pulled out many a moves. These guys are fantastic tag team wrestlers. I don't feel a need, to use these weapons, but it seems like they're going at it. I guess while it's there, they might as well do it. Look out!
No.
Set him up for a tombstone spike pile driver.
Not a
Come on
tombstone.
now.
That can end a man's career. It's not worth this.
They're known for this.
Look out here.
Look out!
With the save. Goodtime comes flying in, allowing his partner to get the continuance there. And now a DDT on the stairs into the cover.
That could be enough. Knocks in position.
Not yet, and these two teams, it was the Cutlers that debuted, trying to make an example. They derailed the Heritage Tag Team title aspirations of the RockNES Monsters. But since that time, these two teams have been neck and neck. They have been very even. Will the score finally be settled here tonight, Colt, in your opinion?
It's got to be. I mean, where is it going to go after this? These guys are literally doing everything. They're taking out all the stops, and they're bringing in the hardware. If you heard the thump of that ladder made, you know this is heavy-duty machinery.
The proverbial everything but the kitchen sink. Now they got a ladder in the ring. And when you think of the high-flying abilities of all of these men, that could be quite the weapon for sure. But right now, the RockNES Monsters just throwing Brandon Cutler into it, looking to follow up, and nobody home there.
Two men hit that ladder. That ladder doesn't give much. Doesn't ask many questions either.
And it really has come to this when you think about the various attacks that both teams have executed on one another, the fact that they've traded victories in matchups, that wild brawl that went out to the streets last time, it had to come to something like this.
Like this.
Double hip toss, and he's hung up on that ladder.
That's got to be it, Don. And both of them covering.
Well, again, anything goes here, Colt.
Johnny Goodtime, with enough strength and enough mind to kick out. That is when you say in your mind, the pain doesn't matter. The heart is bigger than the mind. Unbelievable.
But for Goodtime, the gamer that he is, that health meter's got to be depleting at this point.
Yeah, it's almost over. The strength meter, I guess, of the Cutlers is looking very high right now. These guys really in control. And if I was them, I would be focusing on Goodtime right now. Going for any type of pin situation you can. Even a cradle, even a small package, even a sunset flip, could even, get the job done, but it seems like they don't want that. Yeah. They want to store as much pain as humanly possible.
Wouldn't that be interesting if it came down to a simple fundamental wrestling rule?
This is professional wrestling. That's what we're taught to do. I mean, we're also taught, to bruise and batter. But at the end of the day, the pay window says the winner's going to get the most money, Todd.
Absolutely. Well, and some big-time bragging rights. There's a lot of pride on the line, a lot of hatred and animosity between these teams as they fight again back up towards the lobby. He's got a crutch. I don't know what you think he stole that from Sylvia somewhere? gives up, which is in a matchup like this when these guys have put themselves through all of this pain.
Hold on, look up now. Speaking of up, Todd, if the cameras are on it, there's some action going down, but if you look all the way up at the exit sign, right above it, Johnny Yuma.
You gotta be kidding me.
What is that, about 20 feet up in the air?
Oh.
22 maybe?
It's gotta be.
Look
What's he
out!
doing? Dives from the balcony there up near the projector room of this old Hollywood movie theater. Wow. Well, this has been an action movie to be
There it
sure.
is.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Your winners, the RockNES Monsters!
How about that, Cole Cabana? These two teams took each other to great heights. Literally there, Johnny Yuma putting everything on the line, dives from the balcony, and the RockNES Monsters get the win.
You said they put it all on the line, and if they didn't put it all on the line, if that wasn't one of the craziest things we've ever seen on NWA Hollywood, I don't know what is. Unbelievable effort. They pulled out all the stops to get to the victory. My hat's off to those two, the RockNES Monsters. What a victory.
Unbelievable, yes. The RockNES Monsters, the rock and roller, the video gamer, they're going to the next level. Incredible.